Okay guys, Douga Walker here, and you maybe have watched the bum review, maybe you haven't, but now this is my real review, my real opinion on Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. And I'm just going to put it out there right now, this is most likely going to be a Noah Antweiler style rant. So it's probably going to be very long, and for the longest time I never understood how he could speak at such lengths about something. I mean, those videos run like over an hour half the time, and I love them. I really love watching him. I love hearing his opinion. He gets so passionate about it. And that's the key word. It's the passion about it. It has to be something that really fills you with something, and it's either going to be extreme love or extreme hate. I extremely hated this movie. God, I fucking hated this movie. And here's the thing. You gotta go over what I thought of the other movies, of course. The first Twilight, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I probably hated those movies and stuff. No, I freaking love these movies. These are beautifully bad films. They are hilarious. I love them. The first film, where they meet for the first time. Pretentious girl has no problems. Really over-the-top, pale vampire that everybody in the world could tell is a vampire, except for our main character, of course, is nothing like a vampire, is totally full of himself, totally pretentious, totally just, but somehow every girl's dream because he stares off and looks, sad, and oh, I want him. Love it, absolutely love it. Second one, the vampire boy leaves. Oh, that fop was fun. But we still got Bella, and she's a bitch, and she's insane, and she's crazy. Love it. You get this boy, Jacob, who's this werewolf. Boy, she has some luck-picking boys. And he's the only decent character that goes through these movies. He is a good boy. He is a good... He makes me hard, man. This is a nice kid. He is supportive. He makes sacrifices. He is like the perfect guy, and yet somehow this dumbass broad keeps wanting the vampire. So, love it. Absolutely love it. Third one comes along. The third one I've discussed with people, I think it was actually trying to be a good movie and maybe had a possibly good director, but, it takes a few shots at itself, does he ever wear a shirt or something like that, and some of the conversations were almost kind of smart, but it's still the writing, it's still Stephenie Meyer, you can't save it. So that was probably the least bad of the movies and probably the least funny, though it had some good... stupid scenes in it, really enjoyable. So I'm loving these movies. I was hyped, freaking hyped to see this film. I couldn't wait. I saw the midnight showing, alright? I went out there and nothing but girls and boyfriends that were dragged and they just looked so miserable. And it's like, that's the perfect crowd to see this shit with. Sit down. The movie begins. And it's just like the first one. I'm enjoying it so much. The dialogue is horrendous. The things they're talking about are horrendous. It's so unrealistic. It's so playing to girls, emotions and manipulating it however they want, just the teenage impressionable mind. Loving it. Okay, now let's talk about some of the things that this movie wants to partake in. Okay, well, we have marriage. Great. I love to see Twilight fuck that up, and they do. We have sex. Vampire sex! Vampire teenage human sex. And it's great. It's so stupid. It's so over the top. Wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. Abortion. Huh? I'm going to repeat that. Twilight is going to talk to us about abortion. Twilight! Fucking Okay, let me give you an idea of the weight of this word, okay? I mean, not even just the issue, just the fucking word. You say that word, I saw Louis Black recently, and he described it as, he brought it up in his stand-up, he said, just saying that word has clinched everybody's asshole in the audience up. Everybody tightens when they hear that word. That's how hot a subject issue it is, okay? I mean, it's like, you don't fuck around with this, okay? Or if you're gonna talk about it, you better goddamn know what you're talking about, okay? The only people that really talk about it are either people who really know what they're talking about, let me put it this way, people who should be talking about are either people who really know what they're talking about, or they're using it as a joke to show that they don't know what they're talking about. Because I make jokes about abortion, you know, I've made several. But the idea is to show that, you know, the character is a moron, or using it as an analogy, you know, to press a button for shock value, you know. But it's, you know, we're not really going to talk about it. This is Twilight trying to talk seriously about the issue of abortion. Because as... I'm not giving anything away here, this is in the trailers, Bella gets pregnant. And they really talk, I shouldn't say really, they just sort of throw this shit at you about whether or not they should keep it. And in fact, it's not even a discussion. Okay. This was my hot button with this movie, okay? And this is when I said, this film is sick. This is a disgusting, sick, despicable movie. But I should talk about it in order. Okay, so I'll just go... That's the only way you can really talk about it. I'll try not to give away the ending or anything like that. But, okay, so it starts out literally with the wedding. And my favorite scene in the whole movie is just when Jacob sees the invitation to the wedding, just off goes the shirt and he just runs. 1 second, he takes that shirt off. I love it. But oddly enough, he keeps it on the rest of the movie. I found that very interesting. Maybe the complaints were finally, you know, too much for them. But he takes it off in the first minute. So what's the point? What's the point of him even wearing anything? So, okay, so they're getting married, Edward and Bella. Bella... Even on her goddamn wedding day, never smiles. I mean, unbelievable. This broad, this unbelievable, but you come to expect that. That's fine. That's what I laugh at. That's what I enjoy. Edward's there with this really weird, uncomfortable smile, like, you know, whatever he's got going. I feel so sorry for these kids. I get the feeling they really want to do well, they want to act well and stuff, but they're not given the right people to... Hopefully they can have good careers after this and they can act well and stuff like that. Yeah, they're young. Come on, give them a break. Okay, so they get married. Then we have Edward takes Bella in the middle of the wedding, just somewhere secluded, because, you know, you can always get away from people in a wedding when you're the couple, of course, we all know that. And he goes off, he says, I have a special surprise for you. And it's Jacob! And Jacob is there, and he's smiling, he's like, hello, Bella, and stuff like that. This is a happy moment. This is a positive surprise. This was the boy that I think you kissed in front of Edward. You've openly admitted you have the hots for, and... Even though you're marrying Edward, you're just like, yeah, but I still like him, just throwing it out there. Edward sets this up, makes no sense at all, and everybody's happy. She's got a flight with Dad, and she wants him, and you bring him to the wedding. So that happens, and it makes no sense. Okay, but then Jacob, you know, is there. He's on good terms. He's like, okay, I'm here. Whatever, I'm gonna be the good supportive boyfriend not boyfriend, because I'm the only decent character in this movie, but I can't get a clue. I should fucking get over you. So, you know, and Edward, I forget how it comes up, but Edward somehow drops that, you know, he's gonna get with her before he turns her into a vampire, because for whatever reason, I guess she wants to enjoy her time as a human a little bit more. I don't know, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to be a vampire yet. And he's going to make love to her on the honeymoon. Jacob's like, you'll kill her, you'll destroy her, what are you, nuts, what are you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of thinking, really? Well, yeah, why is he doing this then, if he's really gonna physically hurt her and stuff like that, you know? Because it's what they want, And I think he's also concerned about what could come from it, and, you know, which we'll get into. But, of course, they're in love, and that means you gotta... bonk each other's brains out without protection! Without protection! You dumb parasitic! What is wrong with you? I cannot... Okay. And then they're shocked. Shocked! When she gets they're asking, is this possible? Is this Did you go to school? Did you... look at the board when they were doing sex education, or were you just too busy looking at each other going, I'm tortured, we should, make out and make love because we're in love. I'm sorry, see, I'm getting old. Okay. So, they go on their honeymoon. Sex is fucking nuts, apparently. Like, he keeps breaking the bed. They keep going through beds. The rooms are always destroyed. There's feathers. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, the pillars are always broken, and there's feathers from the pillows flying down and stuff like that. It's like out of a comedy. This is like a satire of Twilight, and it's in the movie. And there's bruises on her and stuff like that. Okay, so he's like, I'm sorry, I'll never again, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, I like it, it's okay. Of course it's okay. You get bruises from sex. You know what? It figures. I figured she'd be into that. You know what? The stupid little fucked up broad, she probably convinced herself that she's like a masochist or something like that. No, I like to cut myself, really. I like bruises because I'm pained. So that's going on. And this is just the typical fun, dumb shit that I love from Twilight. I'm loving it. And everything is just totally falling the way, just what I wanted to see from a Twilight movie. And then she gets pregnant. And impossible. How is it fucking impossible? You had sex without protection. Unless there's something I'm missing. Unless there's some aspect that was in the movies that I just missed. Like, vampires can't get humans pregnant. Was that in there? Did I miss that? If it's in there, they didn't make that very clear, okay? Okay, so he gets her pregnant. They're going, is this possible? Is this, to get pregnant? First of all, this can't be the first time in all the years, because Edward's been alive for like centuries and stuff, this can't be the first time that not just him, but any vampire has ever slept with a human and has knocked her up. It's impossible. Okay, knowing the human race, the human animal, the human species, it's not fucking possible. This can't be the first time, and it can't be this, just benign, naive to it. They have to know something, but no, they have to look up legends about what happens when a vampire makes it with a fucking legends. How about documents? How about history? Doesn't anyone write this shit down? This can't be the first time. It just can't.